Hello everyone, 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 and welcome back to another car review. Now, if you've been keeping up with my videos, you know we have reviewed every single one of the cars my family owns, and there are lots of them. I have my anti-coronavirus gun with me, just in case anyone approaches. I don't know, Americans are being weird on only buying big ugly crossovers right now. And when I had my Focus, I actually considered buying one of these to put it on, but I never got around to it. This car is actually quite full of luxury features. Now, it may not be on the level of my Dart, but it is pretty darn good. Stick shift, all of this stuff, you know. And if I had a turbo, I would want that in my car. I don't even have a turbo, and I want that in my car. Obviously, you've seen our video on our Corvette and our Trans Am, and if you have not, what are you doing? You're quarantined right now. You better go watch them. You got nothing better to do. Only we had a G-force meter. Electric seats, which are nice. I forgot to mention. Just plenty fast, and it is fun, man. Sorry, Dad, I'm burning your gas mileage right now. Leave a like if you want to see a video on the Cobalt. Look at that Dart. Look at those stripes. You may notice this very awesome orange color that this car comes in. In Greasy's car, check out the stick shift video where Carlos drives it. It's just a good looking car. You can see some more cool stuff down here. Almost Camaro-esque. Now, I know I talked about my Dart and how great the back seat was, but this is the ultimate back seat. I've ridden to many a swim meets in the back of this car and been totally comfortable. Unfortunately, there is no travel to the trunk in this car, but 6-speed manual. You're probably noticing a trend with all of the cars I'm reviewing. Fun fact, I actually learned to drive stick in this car. Carlos, you better be watching this video. There is no car that cruises, ironically, like the Cruze. It's so nice. It might be a 1.4, but it is a very mighty 1.4 liter. If you ask my mom anything about cars, you will get the response, I like my Cruze. Boop. Why does it do that? Like, look at that, it looks like you're going very fast. There we go. I've said it before, I'm gonna say it again. Manual transmissions are the way to go. Another great thing. One touchdown windows. In our seemingly endless fleet of Grundle vehicles, we have one that we have still yet to review. This came out before the whole crossover sporty thing rave. This is a truck and it does not pretend to be anything else. So like I said, 6 in a row, ready to tow. I did it first try, that never happens. XL, which means it's extra large. You are the support. You become the support. We lift our tailgates like men. I'm in the very back, and there's plenty of space back here. We actually get pretty cool cup holders. We have stadium seating. Again, no power seats here. We don't need them. Who needs a pickup truck when you have one of these? There's just tons of space. You could live in here. As always, sitting in the middle sucks. Nobody wants to. Let's not forget about the world's worst cup holders. So we're just gonna fold these up and pretend that they're not there. Well, we even have a CD player. How high-end is that? Our local mechanic put in, and it is vibrant. So this is one of 2 vehicles we own that is not a manual. Funny enough, it's actually a 4-speed. I never even knew it had only 4 gears until I looked it up this morning. But again, stadium seating, it's pretty awesome. Performance driving. Look at all the nice fall colors. Physical sliders, real sliders. And then the high beams, I mean, it's like collapsed sun high beams. Join me in the back seat. Let's check out the back seat. Let's take a look inside. Let's move right into the interior. All right, well, let's move on to the inside then. So let's move on to the interior. I figured I would give you guys an update on my Dart. Wait a minute. I have, in fact, changed my Crocs. A piece of history right here. Unless, Dodge, if you make the Dart again, you know, stuff. Stay tuned for a possible update. So this is actually more power dense by 5 horsepower, which is very important. All right, so you join me in the, of course, very luxurious back of the Dodge Dart, in case you want to put your hand in there or something. I don't even know what to call it, like mesh netted thing. I'm a cloth seat guy, which is, I think, kind of weird. Nice, and of course, power windows that would work if I had the car on. Something to note, both rear speakers are really bad. Telescopic, like, it's so close to me. Now, this actually may have turned out to be a blessing in disguise, and I love this so much. You had a stupid slider. Oh, I want it cold? It's cold. That's it. Don't give me anything else. In case you don't feel like reading a real gauge, Gracie. Behold my iPod Nano. I have absolutely no idea what messages this would be storing. Since we have the SXT badge on there, some people might see it and think it says SRT, but it's just so much fun to drive. This is the original stock shifter, though I kept the shifter ball from my other darts. Now let's transition to the handling course. I've described it as tossable to people and not be going, 120 and then I have to go to prison. Getting a little hot in here. Let me just turn my knob here. Of course, our local mechanic, Alan, to walk us through what he's done so far.
How's it going, guys? We're gonna get it that nice Atlantis blue and put giant, massive birds on it.
But it does match your front bumper now.
It does match the front bumper. The tires are starting to disintegrate a little bit, but that's okay. This is all solid metal now. All solid metal now. Right now, the ignition switch doesn't work. It's a 455 cubic inch Pontiac. It's out of a Catalina. All the Pontiac gurus out there should be able to tell me what that is. I will be saving for a new transmission, new drive shaft, and new rear end.
Yes,
a new system has emerged for opening the hood of this vehicle. It's gotten a lot harder. Could you just get the top there?
Just lift it up?
Yeah, just lift it.
Mighty 3-run Pontiac engine.
It's seen better days. It's starting to leak fuel everywhere, and that's dangerous. I've also installed a new power steering pump, courtesy of Firebird Central. This is probably the best battery you can get. It doesn't have the same problem that the old one had, where it wouldn't be able to crank the motor over after it had been running for a long time because it was so hot. That. The radiator's still held in with zip ties. It is totally roadkill. Yeah. The exhaust fell off. There used to be huge holes in the floor.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
That has been solved. Brand new floor pans. We don't have to Fred Flintstone stop the car.
Yeah,
it is like driving a tin can.
Safety first, everyone.
I drove this car home in the dark with no lights, no windshield, and no GPS. We have a cooling system that functions properly. The other funny part is I have a sun visor, and Eric does not.
Yeah.
It's like a Batmobile. Oh, wow. Burbly, burbly, bah, 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 bah. I should mention that it's totally not healthy for the engine at this point. Everything that exemplifies Americana. So if you can find an engine today that's larger than 7.4 liters, you let me know.
This is me talking for how loud this car is.
You can feel the pops through the floor.
Oh, you are a menace to society.
I am a menace to society.
Like, it's not like you're like, oh,
it's so loud. There's no point in talking.
Alan will continue to update us with everything he has going on, right, Alan?
Yes.
Let's take it for a drive. Let's take it for a drive. So let's take it for a drive. Let's take it for a drive. Let's take it for a drive. So let's see how it drives. So let's take it for a drive. Let's listen to that V8. Let's take it for a drive. I have finally bought a Pontiac Fiero because, of course, we have pop-up headlights. What is it about pop-up headlights that is just like the coolest thing ever? Wouldn't be an 80s car without a plastic piece going all across it. Look at the roof line, like it's pretty low. As I said, we also have our Fiero badged wheels. I mean, that's so neat. I mean, that is one of the coolest badges I've seen on a car. And this wing here, which, I mean, probably doesn't do anything, but who cares? Look how cool it looks on here. But there isn't a frunk, which is too bad because I would love to say that I have a frunk. I guess it's inconvenient. Nah, who cares? This has two heights you can put it at. Maybe you want it to have shade while you're taking your tire out. I really have no idea. From that angle, you're like, oh, that's a pretty garbage trunk. I mean, it's pretty much a Ford GT. And also that engine was the reason for the Pontiac Fiero's reputation for catching on fire. Watch me kind of fall into this car as it's, I mean, you're on the ground. SUVs next to you are like way out there. I don't know why boxes on everything is so cool to me. I also forgot to mention this was a single owner car. You got this physical slider where you can go from cold to hot. And here we do have a cassette player, auto reverse. What a luxury feature. Yeah, you can see you get sort of your own separate box here. But if we just move our power windows up. So like I said earlier, you sit low. You got the engine sound right behind you. It's so cool. So for a little V6, I think it sounds really good. When you're looking at it from where I am, this column blocks the tachometer. It's such a cool sound. And the shifter is just like sticks into gear. I do really love the sunroof we get. And you can floor it and not go to jail. In my box made up of more boxes, I'm not sure if it's a fuel economy shift light, which it probably is, where it tells you, you should be shifting right now. Like nothing. I could have gone way faster around that. It's confidence inspiring, that's what I want to say. Let me move the steering wheel so I can see. In my opinion, this is one of the best looking cars from the 80s. It's just such an analog feeling car. I plan on keeping this car for a long, long time. So this is actually my sister Gracie's car. She's filming right now because we need somebody to film. Slightly larger than the Spark and Aveo models from Chevy. The LTZ, which is the top model trim, you get, of course, the fog lights, but this in fact has different housing for each of your bulbs in the headlight. Of course, we have the fold down front license plate that we have on the Fiero, which you should definitely go check out that video. So if of course this car is ever at a car show, which it is all the time, you can fold your license plate away. This is a very short car. I'm sure you've noticed this crazy contraption stuck to the top of this car.
Hello everyone to my roof rack edition. I had to put something on it, so I bought myself a bike rack. Chevy emblem on my roof racks. It looks like the car even was prepared for roof racks. You can see there's this little groove. This is the stand for the bikes.
Americans are weird and like sedans for some reason. Red turbo badge. You don't get that on every car, and that is really neat to see. Turbo 4-cylinder, so it's pretty small. First try. Now we've had quite a few people riding this car the first time. They don't know how to get into the back seat. You can seat 3 people across back here. It's tight, but you can do it, not for long distances anyway. And you get a single cup holder up here. There's not a lot back here. First off, this is another manual up here in which you can look at your roof racks and make sure that they're still on. Some actual dials for your climate control, which is fantastic. The clutch is very forgiving, which is why we use it for all of our teaching to drive stick shift videos.
What better place to learn how to drive stick is in a mall parking lot. This puzzle, I run into a pothole.
You know, shoulder room, it's not the best. I'm elbowing Gracie.
You also get this little pull-down armrest.
Oh, yes.
If you're feeling extra luxurious.
It doesn't really work with shifting.
I have like my umbrella and like Band-Aids and more air fresheners and all that thing.
You also have 2 glove boxes, which is
do.
Interesting. So if I'm at low RPM, you know, doing 40 miles an hour, you know, in 5th gear, if I floor it, nothing really happens. We have our heated seat settings, which you only get 1 button for. How do you feel about driving it?
Oh, I love driving my car.
You never get tired of driving stick?
No, I feel really cool with my roof rack.
Unfortunately, this car has no turbo gauge, which is a missed opportunity. Gracie fit a tree in here that's stuck out of the sunroof
I
before.
did have pictures, yes. In one of the videos, Carlos said they look like Camaro air vents, and I was like, oh yeah.
I've made a video on this already. In fact, it was my first car review. Chevrolet Corvette. It was in a car accident, which is where we kind of get connected to it. You can see it here in some of these older pictures we have. It's like 5 different colors with a red hood and yellow headlights and you know, all kinds of different colors. And we've been taking up to Johnson's Farm Car Show, of course, which is the best car show of all time. So they stripped all of the old paint off, you repainted the whole thing, and then we took it to Pete's Detailing, actually, and he redid and finished everything really nice. This is like a top quality paint job we have on it. The car is looking the best I have ever seen it. Forward of the windshield basically is not original to the car. Everything else behind that is. But we have it dressed up, looking really good. You know, Pete also detailed the engine interior, so we got everything really cleaned out. Our valve covers are looking so good. We're not gonna put like an LS engine in this. I always love the Corvette hoods that open the wrong way. It's great. The original color this car was Sunfire Yellow. These are more like roll around headlights. Our gas tank right here, smack in the middle, which makes not dripping gas on your car very difficult. It's a tall one. All right, and this is where the roof is stored. Takes a bit of manpower sometimes. You can see some of the 60s stuff you get in here. First off, this gigantic steering wheel. Your legs just kind of have to go around it. Our wiper controls consist of slow and fast. As you can see, this is a manual transmission. It's like snick into gear. On the door, you get a lot of stuff here. It's like you're in an airplane. You're all set to go. With the roof up, check out all the storage space you got in here. It's hard not to go fast in it. It's just a race car that wants to like, it's not a car that sort of does stuff for you. You do everything. And it's not like it's gonna spin out and kill you all the time. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna break my leg trying to shift. Oh, listen to that V8, man. If you watched my Fiero video, which you should definitely go check out, it is so enjoyable to drive. It is tight gearing. You know, we have reviewed every single one of the cars my family owns, and there are lots of them, but we have not done this one yet. Here we have our owner, who just happens to be the local mechanic. Yes, I own another car. This is our Cobalt. The best styling feature, this spoiler back here, lights here.
The only car in the Grundle that does not have fog lamps. They use high beam.
There's no just stick you have to put up, which is pretty cool.
This car was obviously owned by a high schooler. I painted the engine cover red.
Adds 5 horsepower.
This is a chiclet car.
I mean, it kind of pops. There's a gigantic subwoofer here. Oh, well, that's really cool, actually. Neat.
It's kind of inconvenient.
Ah, the largest doors in the history of cars.
Cannot reach.
And I even have a little window back here. Huh. It's difficult for aliens. Shocking we own an automatic car. This is just fantastic.
Close it all the way, it makes a grainy sound.
Perfect. Dual mirrors.
Front vanity mirrors.
That's outstanding.
Ooh. Compartment for pencils.
Pencil holder. Intermediate.
So if you flip through the info screen,
how do I do that?
Ford. I actually just installed Brembo rotors. And then the start button, hold it down for about 3 seconds.
Check that out.
Unlock, open my trunk, and then beep the horn.
Thank you for tuning in.
Alright guys, that wraps up our review.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thank you for watching, everyone. That wraps up my first video on the Fiero.
Thank you all for watching. That wraps up our review. Well, that wraps up our video on this Cobalt. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and thank you, Alan, for letting me drive your car.
We have now completed the Grundle.
Yes, that completes all of our cars that the Grundle own. Make sure to go and watch all of them if you haven't seen them. I think we own like, what, 9, 10?
Something like that.
Something like that.
More to go.
Yes, whenever we buy a new car. But anyway, thank you for watching, everyone, and I'll see you later. How do you open this thing?
Look at that view. Oh, there's a house in the way. They see me rolling.
Oh my gosh, stop it.
Very windy. Bear with me. I mean, what are you gonna do? It's not as good as a dart. No, don't put that in. Mom will get mad. And also, this is just a problem I have, I think, with a stick.
Hello, everyone. I need to put my Crocs in sport mode. Okay, number 1, we have new microphones.
You could get a... I do this every video. Heat leaves. They're coarse and irritating, and they get everywhere.
It's... Hold on. It's pretty awesome. There we go. Stop filming birds. We have my camera person in the very back seat. It's pretty great. This is a 2003 GMC Envoy.
Guys, I can do it. I know I can. Feature known as chrome door handles. I have never seen chrome handles on a door before, on a car before. The interior's looking, well, no, the interior isn't looking better. Hold on. We do still have seatbelts. They are still present. Fourth gear, everyone.
You opening the trunk?
Oh, it's hot. Okay.
Well, what's just running? Yay! Great. Headline is great. You know, you got plenty of roof size, which we didn't find out about until quite a while after we bought it. But I do really love how this color looks. Only one? A convertible. And, yeah. Alright, then you... Hello. Hello everyone, welcome back to another car rant. Now, if you've been keeping up with... No, we're not doing car rants. Well, that's not good. Oh, there we go. It's fine. Pencils don't look very usable.
They do need a good sharp, I will say. Oh, we should have mentioned that it doesn't have power seats.
Well, we'll talk about that when we're driving.
I also want to mention the fact that it does not have power seats, and I must
and your
manually go back and forth.
It's... Oh, yeah, okay. Okay.
Shut up.
Come on, shut up!
Yay!
Without flaw.